This is Cadillac Unscripted on 107.9 CDY. It's a half hour of local conversation. Katie Huckle is my co-host, and this being the week before the 4th of July, it's time to talk about festivals, and we're going to be talking about the Cadillac Freedom Festival today.
God bless America. Here we go into the 4th of July week. I can't wait.
It is always a festive time, and there was a couple of years in Cadillac where it didn't happen.
Right.
And there was a group of people, John Dykstra, who we talked with last year.
We did.
Decided.
And Bush. Yep.
And they decided Cadillac needs to have its own festival. It needs to have something to celebrate the Independence Day holiday by. So
that's right.
We're back again this year.
We are, and we've got such a high energy, positive person in the studio with us. We've got Kate King with us. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Kate usually wears her 4-H hat when she's with us, but yes. You're putting the Freedom Festival hat on this morning.
Yes, I have many hats.
Yes. Many of us do in the community.
That's true. That's true. I have to tell you about one of her hats because this is so fun. She drives a vehicle that kind of describes her career a little bit. It's green, like not a little green.
It is adorable.
And his name is Oliver.
Oh, you named it's Oliver?
Yes, my car's name is Oliver, or his nickname is Ollie, and the kids know his name. They give him goodbye hugs, too. Yep.
How did Ollie get his name?
So on the way back from the dealership in Pennsylvania, we were really into a song called Alien Boy by Oliver Tree.
Okay.
And the paint color on my car is Alien 2.
Oh.
And so we listened to that song on the way back with our nice new speakers, and so we decided right there it was going to be Oliver.
Have you ever had a car that has a name, Katie?
Oh, it just so happens my car's name is Jailbait. That's true.
My 1972 cream-colored Olds Cutlass, which was my first car, was named Buford.
Okay, now that's awesome. Let's bring Buford back.
Buford wouldn't start on a warm day.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, so Kate and I talked about this. So we're not going to try to stump you, but I have to throw this out because I'm such a foodie, and I'm laying in bed at night right now thinking about 4th of July barbecues and what I'm going to serve and all these kinds of fun things and fireworks and all the things Kate's going to tell us about. But when you think about the 4th of July, and you think about all the nostalgia and all the memories, and then you think about what you're going to do this weekend. What is your favorite summer 4th of July food to eat? Go.
Mine?
Yes.
Wow. That is hard. Probably hot dogs on the grill. I don't often eat hot dogs on the grill, but they're best on the grill.
Oh, they're so delicious.
Yes.
Okay, Kate?
Mine's definitely the lemonade, whether it's from Wendy's with all the flavors or the fresh squeezed down at our festival. I love the lemonade in the summer.
Okay. How about you?
Well, and I have to tell you, her mom, we got to give a shout out to Kate's mom, is she loves elephant ears. And a fair isn't a fair, and summer isn't summer without an elephant ear.
Yes.
For me, I'm thinking more like down home at your house type stuff, and I
Potato
love
salad.
Deviled eggs.
Oh, well, I wasn't too far.
You're close.
Okay.
But anyway, Kate, let's get to what you're doing. Our 4th of July Freedom Festival runs the 4th through the 7th.
Yes.
So tell us what's on deck.
Oh, we have so much going on. So our main highlights, Thursday is the parade at 1 p.m. downtown. Friday, we've got the drone show coming in. We're very excited to have the drone show for the 4th of July for the first time. It's the same company that was here for the tree lighting in Cadillac. So they are coming back. They also are blowing up right now because they did the Detroit Lion drone show. I think it was for the draft. For the NFL.
Whoa.
So they are a company that is getting a lot of attention right now, and they have some connections to Cadillac. So we're very excited to have them coming back. And then we've got our fireworks topping us off on Saturday night. And that's all at dark, so 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, whenever we start getting going. But we have lots of highlights going on. We've got food trucks all days. I am very excited to have Bob the Burro coming in. He is a donkey, and we'll be giving free donkey cart rides for 5 hours on
His name
Thursday,
is Bob
Friday,
the
and
Burro.
Saturday. Yes. He is the...
Can we fix it? Oh, no, that's Bob the Builder. Sorry.
Bob the Burro.
Yeah.
Can we? Yes, we can. Anyway,
Bob
so the Burro.
I'm so excited to have Bob. They call him the Canyon Canary. His parents came from the Grand Canyon, so they were the ones giving tours and everything. So he is now here in Michigan, out of Rose City.
Before you go any further, how did you find Bob the Burro?
Actually, Bob's owners came to talk to the fair board one day from the Northern District Fair.
Okay.
So we weren't able to secure them for the fair this year, but we were able to secure them for the Freedom Festival and are hoping to build that relationship to be able to have Bob and his companions around more often.
And because you are also involved in the Northern District Fair, you kind of said, hey, maybe we can use you at this time instead.
Yes.
Perfect.
Exactly.
All right.
One of my many hats.
Okay.
You know, Kate, one of the things that I think is so wonderful for families in this is there are a lot of things that you can do with no charge.
Yes, there are so many of our things that are free. So in addition to the donkey cart rides, we've got the Kids Community Carnival on the 4th from 3 to 5. That's something I coordinate with Wexner County 4-H. I am still looking for volunteers to help me with those stations. You don't even have to do anything other than show up and run an activity. We also have the Kids Pizza and Splash Pad Dance Party supported by G&D Pizza. So we'll have free pizza for the kids again. Hopefully it'll be dry this year. Last year we were pouring water out of the pizza boxes because I gave my pop-up tent to the DJ.
Oh, boy.
So we're going to have tents for everybody this year. We're going to hopefully stay dry unless you're in the splash pad. We've also got live music going on through the whole thing. So we'll be doing the Upbeat Cadillac Music Series Thursday night with the Metro Soul Band. We've also got Amy Petty coming in, the Lucky Nows, Flatbed Fords. And then we go on to Bob Hausler, North 44, and then we wrap up the festival with the Truck Stop Traffic. So all of those will be at the Rotary Pavilion. We've got our Farmers Market and Makers Market going on Friday. We have our own Freedom Festival, Craft and Vendor Show going on Friday and Saturday as well. And then we got the Kids and Pet Parade. That's another opportunity to participate with us. If you aren't a kid and you have a pet, you're welcome to join. Okay. We have a small fee for that one, either $10 or give us a donation for one of the local animal shelters or humane societies.
Wonderful.
We've got the parade that's available for you to join as well. All of our registrations are online. So if you haven't signed up yet, go check out Cadillac Freedom Festival.
You can still sign up to be a part of, as of when we're listening to the show, as of when the show is being heard, I should say, there are still openings for the parade.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We have plenty of space. You just have to sign up online. You can pay right there. If you're a sponsor, you get a free entry. So if any of our sponsors are listening, don't forget to sign up for your free entry as well. There's just a box you have to check on the form to get that free.
Okay. Kate, how does this get paid for? How is it funded?
Oh, it is funded by our community.
Okay.
Our volunteers from our board have worked tirelessly to build community partnerships. So we have several great sponsors. So our top sponsors this year are Cadillac News, Big B Coffee on Mitchell, and Classic Car Deals. So we always are very happy to have their support. We've had so many small businesses as well contribute as much as they can. We understand that not everybody can cut a $6,000 check, when you're a local small business, but we have various tiers. So our lowest tier was $250 this year. So it's actually $258 because it's the 258th year of our country.
Oh, okay.
So that tier changes by one every year. Mm-hmm. So we're getting close to the 250th. We're at 248, sorry.
Okay.
So yeah, we're very excited to have all of our community supporting us. We even have our new credit union that's coming in. That's the Forest Area Federal Credit Union. That's what's being built next to Tractor Supply. Everybody thinks it's another fast food restaurant. It's not. It's a new credit union, and they reached out, and we're looking for a way to support the local community before their building even broke ground.
Ooh, that is a wonderful sign for Cadillac.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great news.
Yes.
So one thing I do want to cover before we, because we're only about a third of the way in. So last year, it was teased that there was going to be a drone show, and there was a lot of community speculation online, which is the worst thing that can happen because people post something on social media, and then all of a sudden, people run with it, and then all of a sudden it becomes truth. There were some thoughts that the drone show was going to replace the fireworks, but it's two different nights.
It's 2 different nights. We've also had a lot of feedback about the fireworks not being on the 4th. We understand that the fireworks cause some issues for people with sensitivities or PTSD and our pets, of course. So we are taking that feedback into consideration for next year. Some people think we shouldn't have fireworks at all because we have a suitable replacement with a drone show. So those are all things that we're going to be discussing going forward. We'd love to hear the community's feedback on what they want. But for this year, we have 2 separate nights, 2 separate shows. Both are set to music. Both will be broadcast from 107.9 CDY. And so if you aren't right downtown watching, you can watch from where you are at and still listen to the synced music.
That is correct. And Pyrotechnico, the folks who are providing the fireworks, right? They are providing us with a 20 to 25 minute montage of music that you will have to listen to on the radio. I got a lot of questions last year from people saying, do you stream? Streaming it would defeat the purpose because there's like an 8 to 10 second delay.
Oh, sure.
So it is designed to be absolutely lined up with the display. So if you're sitting in your car, just flip on 107.9 and it will be synced with the fireworks.
Yes. I had to approve that playlist, so I'm excited to see how it turns out with the fireworks. It's a mix of, our classic patriotic marches, and then, there's even Party in the USA on there with Miley Cyrus. So,
is Katy Perry's firework part of it?
I believe it is.
Okay.
I can't recall specifically what ended up in the final cut, but yes, there's definitely some firework and USA themed music that's more modern, so you can actually sing along with it instead of just a drum beat.
And if everything goes exactly to plan, like it did last year, I'm on the phone with the guys who are setting it off.
Oh, is that right?
So we are coordinating when I start. He said, give me 10 seconds. I need a 10-second countdown from when you start so that I can put my things in motion. So, I'm on the phone with them, and we coordinate it.
Yep.
I'm not sure folks realize what this takes to pull off. I mean, it's quite an undertaking.
Well, Kate, tell me about your experience in organizing things. Is this like your biggest so far as organizing an event?
Yeah, it's definitely the biggest and most public.
Okay.
So, I've coordinated, a few hundred teens coming to Baker College for our mock interview day with 4-H.
Can't wait to do that again next year.
So much fun. But this is definitely the biggest thing I've had a hand in coordinating that's public. I will say, just like with the fair, there is so much behind the scenes that people do not see. Years of negotiations in advance, fundraising in advance. I know the car show team has been working so hard to make the car show work out well, and taking everybody's feedback into account from last year. They had to do over 20 pages of paperwork just to have signs around town for their car cruise that they're doing Friday night. They're not, cemented in or anything, but, multiple pages of paperwork just to have signs put up. So there's so much behind the scenes, and all of these people are doing this on their own time.
Right.
They're not getting paid. I'm supporting it a little bit with 4-H staff time for an in-kind sponsorship, but there's a lot of my personal time also that I'm not counting as work hours.
Every one of you on the committee have a regular job.
Yes.
And we need to recognize the fact that these are all volunteers who are putting this on for
Yes.
the community. And it is so hard, and I'm sure you've come to realize this in the last few months. It's so hard to please everyone.
Yes.
You're not going to please everyone. Someone's going to have a problem with it, and they might, squawk on Facebook. But listen, understand that without this group of volunteers, we wouldn't have this in Cadillac.
Yep.
So support them.
Absolutely. A shout out to your committee. And I also want to say this about finding volunteers in the summer in Michigan. Michigan is fleeting. Everyone wants to be here. And so everyone's summer days are precious. And so a shout out to your committee again and this team of people for making this happen, especially for our veterans.
Yes.
So important. And also for children.
Yes.
I mean, when they look back at their childhood in Cadillac or going to Grandma and Grandpa's or their aunt's house, that's how the pyrotech guys, the air show guys, that's how they know about Cadillacs as someone's aunt.
Yes.
Yes. And so people have very fond memories of growing up in Cadillac, but also visiting Cadillac in the summer. It's a special, special place.
And when we lost, those couple of years without fireworks, everybody jumped on the opportunity to donate, which is fantastic. We can't do it without donations.
Right.
But it's so much more than just paying for the fireworks.
Right.
There's so much paperwork. There's so many permissions. There's board meetings. There's permits from the DNR. All of these things. Insurance is almost $1,000 right there.
Oh, my
just
goodness.
for a 3-day event. So there's so much that goes into it. But every year we're adding on to the event as well. We're expanding it. We're taking what we hear from the community and we're building it out. We are missing a big portion of our event this year, and that's the Pork in the Park barbecue competition. But unfortunately, our board was struck multiple times this year with significant illnesses.
Okay.
So we're missing Ted from Charming North.
I see.
He was a big part of our planning committee and making the Pork in the Park happen. So just with what all they had going on and, the timelines that we were working with, we just decided that this year we would hold off so that we didn't have a half-done event because we don't want anyone to have a poor event. We want everybody to have a great time. So we do have the car show this year, though. So
we haven't even talked about that.
Yeah.
And I know Michael Langworthy is very, very proud of all the work that he's putting in on this. So
Yes. Yeah, there's a ton of people. I don't even know the entire committee. They have their own team. Desiree, Michael, and Earl have been working with their team to make this car show fantastic. It's a new group of people that are doing it this year, and they have really done a great job. So we have a lot of cars coming. We've expanded to include motorcycles this year. I believe there's even some go-karts and some other things that we're thinking about joining us. So we also take entries day of for the car show. So if you missed our pre-registration, you can still come in and enter that morning and come in and check out all the cars. We'll have Mitchell Street shut down, just like last year, hopefully with no rain. And so we're very excited. We've even got Toy Town is going to have a whole Hot Wheels track and display so the kids can come and actually interact with something instead of being told they can't touch anything.
Awesome.
So we've definitely got some fun going on with the car show. There's going to be a cornhole tournament with the American Legion as well. We got bingo with Oasis Family Resource Center, so another fundraiser for them. We've just got, so much to do at this event. We've got all of the live music and then capping it off with the drone show and fireworks. We also have the community Irish folk dance with our Northern Lights Irish dancers. So if you want to learn how to dance like they do on stage, they're going to be doing some hands-on instruction. And I also want to make sure to plug Sunday. We're finishing out the whole festival with Church in the Park with the Emmanuel Lutheran Church. So you can come down at 10 a.m. to the Rotary Pavilion and have a church service outside, which is a nice breath of fresh air for some people.
Absolutely, yes. So when you look at all your programming and you look at the budgeting, and like you said, the fireworks, it's more than just the cost for the actual fireworks. If money was no object,
here's the question.
Yeah. What would you do if money was no object? What would you bring in?
Yeah. I think a lot of people in Cadillac want carnival rides.
Okay.
We attempted carnival rides last year. There was just a couple of them. And the thing is with those, they need a lot of revenue to justify it.
Okay.
And they came in on just a good faith kind of contract. So those people ended up losing money on that contract because of, the size of town that we are. The other thing with the carnival rides is the space. If we're going to keep it downtown.
You're limited on where you can set them up.
Right. Yep. And if we wanted to take over, say, the library parking lot, well, that's where people park. And we all know that people get very fussy downtown if they can't park close to where they want to be. The farmers market has had issues with that as well. So we want to make sure that we left available parking resources, especially with the number of roads we're going to have closed down for the various events. So that was another factor in our decision, which is why Bob the Burro is great, because he provides free rides. And then we also have Jelly Ball coming back this year, which is like paintball, but it's a less painful biodegradable option. So it's like a shooting game with some obstacles and stuff for ages 5 and up. So that you do have to pay to play, but that's an activity that you can do downtown while listening to the music and the other things that are going on as well.
Well, and what you're describing is something for everyone.
Yes.
Every age group has something to do here.
Yep.
I love that.
Yes.
And thinking about really active little boys, this jelly ball thing.
Exactly.
Oh, my.
Yeah. And, with my 4-H perspective, I'm always trying to make sure that, if you're lugging around 4 or 5 kids, we want to make sure that you're getting your money's worth. You're not paying too much, but your gas money's worth. Let's put it that way.
Right.
So we want to make sure that the kids have something to do, that the parents can chill out and listen to music, or go over and do some cornhole while they're playing in the splash pad, or mom's shopping, or we want to make sure everybody has something to do. And we also want to make sure that if you're a person without kids, I work with kids, but I don't have my own. So when I am not working, I don't necessarily want all of your kids around me. We have options for the people who need a little bit of space from the kids as well. So
Right. Yeah. Let's talk about that for a minute with your background, because I find it interesting. I find it more than interesting. I find it admirable that you're willing to give this much of Kate to this festival when what you do is run 4-H. Can you talk about that, your commitment to children?
Yeah. So my background wasn't ever leading me towards working with kids, but I found it really fun and rewarding to get on their level. And I also find that I can communicate so much better with adults when I put it in terms that their kids will understand. So sometimes we're working with big ideas and complex topics, and sometimes you just have to tell the adults the same way you would a 7-year-old. So I find it really rewarding to work with the kids. Like I said, I don't have my own, so I like to hang out with them for an hour, and then I need my break. I send them home. But at the end of the day, the kids are the future of our community. And what we do in 4-H is we show them by example. So when I walked into the Freedom Festival board, we didn't have agendas. We weren't approving minutes. We weren't making motions, all of those fancy board things.
Like protocol was out the window.
Yes.
Type. Okay.
Your Robert's rules, or your parliamentary procedure is what we call it. So we, I came in, I took over secretary, I came in, I handed them an agenda, and then we started talking about things, and I was like, oh, we need a motion for that. And these are all things that the kids learn in their 4-H clubs. So yes, we're going out and we're picking wildflowers and pressing them and turning them into sun catchers and entering them at the fair. But we're also having a business meeting where we are going over our upcoming things we want to do, and we're voting on what we want to do. And if we want to spend money on something, we have to take a vote. And so those kids from the age 5 the whole way through 19 are learning how boards function, so that when they are adults and they see a need in their community, they have the skill set to fill that need.
Well,
Yeah, that's
amazing.
yeah, it is. It really is. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I did not know that 4-H. A lot of people, and shame on me, think of, barnyard animals
Yep.
and jams and jellies and quilting,
Yep.
which are all wonderful things.
Yeah.
But to know that this is part of it, too,
Yeah.
it's get your
I
kids
always-
in 4-H. I wish I would have. Your
His kids
were
already
in
are.
4-H. I was going to say.
They're already in my club.
My kids are. Yep.
Yes. Why is the bunny, the rabbit?
Yeah, we have rabbits, and we bought silkies this year. So we have silky chickens this year.
Okay, back it up.
They're
What's
the
a,
fun ones.
What's a silky chicken?
Silkies are non-stinky chickens. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
Because regular chickens can be dirty, smelly. These chickens really aren't. And
Okay.
they're very friendly.
Do they lay eggs?
Yes, smaller ones.
Okay.
Smaller than the standard chickens, but yeah.
So will the silkies be going to the fair this year?
You know what? I have no idea what my wife has planned. I am hardly ever home because I'm working 14 jobs right now. So whatever she's got planned is whatever's happening.
I like to describe silkies as the fashion models of
They
the chicken
are
world.
the fashion models.
They
of the
have
chicken
this
world.
big feather on top, and they've got long cute feathers. They look like they have this hairstyle.
They're adorable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wow.
that is your style chicken, Katie.
Well, maybe I need a couple. Wonder how Pouncer the Wonder Cat would feel about the silkies. But let's go back to one of my favorite things that you're doing is the kids and the pets.
Yes.
I mean, one of the best things you can do for your kids is make them responsible for the care and feeding of an animal. Again, teaching that responsibility. And my dear friend Sally Goggin will tell any mom with small children that are getting ready to, they're looking at maybe getting a dog because the kids want a dog. She'll say, that's mom's dog. Because that's how it's going to end up being unless we set protocol in a certain way. She's not wrong. So let's talk a little bit. Are they going to dress their pets up and march them? How does this go?
Yeah, so the Kid and Pet Parade goes down Lake Street. So it goes from about City Park down to the skate park. So it is costumes encouraged, donation, $10 donation or a pet donation to go towards a humane society. And then you get to participate in the parade. There is... I saw in pictures last year, there was people with chickens in cages in a wagon rolling them down. I don't know if I would recommend that this year because we do have bird flu going around. So we're telling you to keep your chickens at home and don't mingle them right now. But, any animal that can safely go down the road is welcome. I'm not sure if Bob the Burro is going to participate in that one. I'm talking to Bob's owner, though, about it. But yeah, their costumes are definitely encouraged. There's prizes for best dressed and all kinds of things. So, if you want to twin with your pet or if you, have a herd of kids that need to go for a walk, they do not have to have a pet to join in. So adults with pets, kids with or without pets, costumes encouraged. That's also coordinated by Ann Bush. So we are very excited to have that back again this year, too.
There is nothing quite like being in a parade. I have a dear friend in her 30s that I was in a parade with a couple of years ago, and she was kind of nervous before. And she said, Katie, I've never been in a parade. And I said, what? I mean, it's just fun. You don't even really have to be doing anything, but waving at all the people, seeing all the smiles and the energy. It is a community celebration for everyone. And so I would encourage you, put your kids in the parade. Give them that experience.
Where do people go, Kate, to find out the schedule of events, everything that everyone needs to know about what's going on over these 4 days?
The best place to look at is our Facebook page, Cadillac Freedom Festival, or we have our website, CadillacFreedomFestival.com. Everything is on there as well. Best place to go watch the fireworks and the drone show is downtown from the Rotary Pavilion area. The fireworks will be launching from the baseball fields at the high school this year. We had moved it last year. We moved it back to its original location. So same as before.
Okay.
Because I remember last year there were some people who were in their usual spot and they couldn't see them as well. So, yeah.
And is there a website for all of this?
Yes, CadillacFreedomFestival.com.
Right. So everybody go to the website to make sure you've got your times right,
Yep.
your locations right.
Yes.
Kate King, everybody, thank you so much for breathing all this life into the Freedom Festival. Please go back to your committee and give them all a big squeeze from us, because this is so important. And she's a gift to Cadillac, everybody. If you see her around town,
In my little green car.
in her little green car, Oliver, tell her she's awesome.
Thank you, Kate, very much.
Thank you for having me.
We appreciate not only you, but the entire committee for putting this together. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Next week, more local chat here on Cadillac Unscripted, sponsored by Independent Bank on 107.9 CDY.